Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. Can you believe we have 2 lowercase letters to go? It's been, what, 24 weeks already? I am blown away. I am blown away by how many of you are with me on this, and just, wow, keep up the great work. Today we're doing letter X, and then next week we'll do letter Z. So I'm going to do things very slightly out of order later on in the video. When I do my deep dive into letters, I'm going to show you what I did for X last year, because that week of practice was kind of pivotal for me to a little bit of an epiphany or a paradigm shift, because it was that week that I decided, hey, I don't have to do what Lovely Letters says. I mean, I was kind of there already before, but this week really solidified it for me. So I'll get into that later, but for now at least, let's go ahead and decorate. So I do have my stamping from last week with the fishies kind of bled through a little bit, but that's okay. You know what, it's very obvious right now with a blank white page, but by the time I get pens and washi tape and stickers and all that stuff on here, it's really just gonna be, you'll be able to find it if you want to, but it's not gonna jump out at you. So here's what I'm doing. It's Pride Month. I haven't done a rainbow spread yet. I will do some more next week, but I wanted to go ahead and most of the challenges for this particular week list Juneteenth and Father's Day, and I did a Father's Day spread, so I'm going to go with these stickers. You can't get these anymore. These are from an Etsy shop called Daisy May Plans. I got these pre-COVID. Her shop closed during the first year of COVID, and nobody really knows. It was kind of unexpected. Nobody really knows for sure what happened. So, but this was kind of what got me started making my own stickers, was the fact that I couldn't get any more of these. So, but these rainbow stickers, I'm going to go ahead and use these. So I'm just going to do my normal. I'm going to go up the middle and across the tops. And then I have this new rainbow foil washi tape from Simply Gilded. I have it in black and white, and I have the skinny and the normal size. So I'm going to use this, and you know what I'm going to say. I have the link in the description box for signing up for the No Spam newsletter, and you can get a coupon code, or you will get a coupon code for $5 off a purchase of $15 or more, and I will get that same coupon code. I just put in another order. It was not a small order, and that $5 off mostly covered shipping, so it's not bad. I mean, $5 off is $5 off, right? Not pulling my washi tape super tight. Like I always tell you, it does stretch a tiny little bit. It's pretty much imperceptible, but it does stretch. And then when you cut it, that's what makes your page curl. So, and the same thing can be said for any long run of something adhesive, a large sticker, or you know, whatever it may be. So, hi baby. Careful. What's up? Aw. like it. let me grab my big bullet point book. So for bullet points, I'm just going to stick with these rainbow hearts here like I like to do right at the front of my book. Or I could, you know what, I lied. Since I have plenty of rainbow, I'm going to use rainbow pens. Let's go ahead and go with these foil hearts, because these aren't bullet points that I actually like would check off, and you can't really check off foil, so let's just go ahead and use these. Nice fine black pen. I have a Papermate Flare was just the one I happened to grab. So first we're going to learn the letter X. And then there aren't a lot of words in the English language that technically start with the letter X, so I had to cheat a little bit. But we're going to do X-ray and Zats, and that is a real word. I'm going to have to look it up though. I don't remember what it means. I knew last year when I made the words, but all right, now we'll put an X in the middle with boxy and exit. That's a nice common one. And then to end with the letter X, there are a few words that do actually end with the letter X. So flux and crux. All right, so I'm going to pick my pens and zoom in, and I'll be back. Alright, so it's hard to do a full rainbow with just 4 colors, but I feel like I kind of got there. So I think the key is using mostly primary colors. So I have the blue Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. That's the stiffest. I have the green Vice Brandt, which is almost as stiff, I feel like. This is the lighter green, and I have all these pens linked in my description box. I have the lighter yellow, not the mustard yellow, the lighter yellow Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen, which is markedly softer than those first two. And then last but not least, I haven't used one of these in a while, the Rytek in kind of a reddish color. It's kind of halfway between the pinkier red and the orangier red, so I think we'll be good with those. Let's get started. So I am still doing face instead of ace, but I encourage you to warm up on whatever is one of your trouble spots for consistency purposes. So starting with my firmest pen, Fudenosuke. And since I'm heavy-handed, I do like to go firmest pen to softest pen. If you're light-handed and you struggle more with the firm pens, start with the lighter pens, the softer pens, and work your way up. So this is the Vice Brandt. Next is the Pentel Touch. Hopefully I've got my camera setting right so you can see this. It's pretty light. And last is the Rytek. So let's start our deep dive into the X. It says, letter X is akin to kissing C's. Following the diagram, the stroke on the right should have a thick downstroke. So they're basically doing a frontward C and a backwards C. And that's the way I did it last year, and I'll show you. Basically, that's all I could see was a backwards C and a frontward C. So they're starting right above baseline. They're going light up, around, and heavy down. And then they're starting here at midline and going heavy down, light up. And so this is, have my window open. This is what you end up with. So let me pull last year's, and this is, out of all the examples we're gonna go through, this is the only one that's like this. So let me pull last year's practice where I did this the entire week, and I'll show it to you. All right, so here we go. There's my, let me put it down here. So all I could see when I wrote this word, the very first word, was cray with a weird little thingy attached to the front. That's all I could see. Same thing with this, especially, you guys know me, the cat lady. All I could see was cats with this little weird start to it. when it moves like middle of the word, it looks like two halves of a word that somebody squished together right there. For me, it doesn't work. This looks like it's trying to be excite, or I don't know what, city, the beginning of sight, or I don't know what that is. So, but as you can see, I did, well, I'm zoomed in, so it's hard to see, but I did the entire week that way, and I didn't like it. So here is Z week, a little preview of next week, and you can see where I went back to a more traditional way of doing it, and I was much, much happier with it. So let's look at then, finish our deep dive and look at the rest of the examples. All right, so the free download from Tombow for the Fudenosuke pens, and again, this is linked. Here's their X. So they're doing a traditional one. They're doing a light up, heavy down, light up. And then at some point, like crossing the T and dotting the I, they are doing a light. Since it's skinny, you know they're going bottom to top, light up to cross the X. All right. Next example is the Rainbow Crayolalligraphy book, which I do have linked, an Amazon link, but one of you just posted a comment that she was in her local Dollar Tree, Melanie, and found that book. So go to your Dollar Tree. Even though I've had mine for, oh my goodness, a couple years now, you can still find it there. So theirs is even less stylized. They're just going heavy down, light up, and then a little bit of a wave on their cross there. Light, but again, it's light. See how it's light, skinny? Okay, and then that boxed kit that I found at Walmart, which is also by Crayola. It's also Crayolalligraphy. Here is their X, so least swirly yet, but again, you always see this crossing is skinny and light versus this one being heavy down. So normally when I write an X, I go top left to bottom right, so that's as that would be, but then when I lift my pen, I go top to bottom a second time. So you want to train yourself, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So part of the reason I didn't do this at the beginning was because I was afraid my dyslexia it would bother me to cross bottom to top, which is opposite of the way I've done it my whole life, but it actually is not hard at all. So if you're hesitating because of that, don't. Just try it. I bet you'll like it. And if you're intrigued by the double C's, the frontwards and the backwards C, give that a try too. I mean, you never know. So here's the Calligraphy Made Easy that I found at Walmart. So they're going very similar to what we've been seeing. Starting at midline, they have just a tiny little bit of an entrance there. So heavy down, light up. And then again, they're even confirming the direction. They're going from bottom to top with a skinny light upstroke to cross the X. All right, and then just in case there's an alternate version here, there is, but it's really not different. It's just bigger, right? So heavy down, light up, and then a big, long, flourishy X, which is fine. I just feel like it's not really bounce lettering. It's almost something I would expect to see more with a capital X, not a lowercase x. So, but I mean, if you're really loving lots of flourish to your lettering, then give this one a try. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Oops, I need my other page. Okay, so starting with the Fudenosuke, I'm going to start. So if this were any other letter, I'd have a pretty big, and the X was at the beginning of the letter, I'd have a pretty big entrance into it. So, but I think I'll cut the difference and start about midway. So light up to midpoint, heavy down, light up, and then cross. See, it says X to me. And I think the key factor is the heavy down mixed together with the light up. So I'm just going to go ahead and practice it this way, and I encourage you to try the differences. Since this is my second year, I've already tried it both ways, and I know that this is what I want to do. You all need to try both ways and decide for yourself for what you like. So really the biggest thing you can play with on the X is how, is it really open or is it really closed? You know what I mean? So is it really wide or is it really narrow or just kind of somewhere in between? Okay? Oh my gosh, my lighting is changing so much right now. Cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny. So it's only a problem with the yellow pen. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this and still see it. All right, let's try X-ray, which, you know, technically isn't, I guess it's a word. I mean, if I was gonna make an appointment to go in for an X-ray, that's the way I would write it. So, all right. So we would go straight into the R here. And then come back and cross the X. X-ray. There, I left it, this was a little crowded, so I left it a little more opened up there, and I think that helped. The X into the R is really kind of fun because sometimes you have to really worry about how you enter into an R, and this X is just perfect to go right up into it. So R's from last week. This one we're going to get our S from last week. So Zats is plural for Zat, which isn't always the case, but a Zat, I assume I'm pronouncing it right, is kind of like a totem pole. So it's a carved wooden pole that some Native Americans erect in memory of their past. They're dead. So I kind of feel like it's a little bit like a totem pole. So anyway, learn something new every day. Let's try Zats. Zats. So here we have to give ourselves enough of a tail to catch it with the A when we come around. Kind of similar with our S from last week, depending on how you're doing your S. Remember to come up higher on that one, and it helped me connect to my S. So here you can see I started my A too far to the right and couldn't really come around and connect very well to that X. But we'll get a feel for that, where to start left to right for connection points like that. I feel like my S's are just getting better and better. I hope yours are as well. So let's put the X in the middle. Now we have to connect to it on both sides. So we're just gonna come out of the O, swing up, and then come on around. So I'll show you. All right, so my B, O, and then we're going to go right in to that X. And now connect with the Y. Cross our X. There we go. Boxy. Since we're coming up out of the Y, in the same way that we cross the X, it's natural to just scoot your hand over and repeat that movement. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you think, but it really is kind of natural for me to cross the X like this, as opposed to making a backwards C. I think the hardest part of boxy is there's not really a good place to lift your pen and scooch between the O and the first half of the X. And that's a lot of real estate to cover left to right, which will be helped by the fact that we choke way up on our pens. And you're gonna be glad you learned to naturally choke way up on your pen when we get into the capital letters, because that's another case where you have to cover a lot of real estate without having much of an opportunity to lift your hand and scooch your pen, you know what I mean? Lift your pen and scooch your hand. It's causing my X to be kind of skinny because of trying to cover all of that real estate without lifting my pen. All right, one page done. Exit. So lots of 3 of the 4 letters we got to come back and finish off with separate strokes. So, all right, let's try this. So cross, dot, cross. So again, the E into the X, there just isn't a lot of opportunity to lift your pen tip, shift your hand, and put your pen tip back down without it showing. So choking way up on my pen to help with that. Now here I can lift my pen easily to do my I. Same thing with my T. I mean, you really should lift your pen in between, but I can see where I do that and I don't like being able to see it, so I tried giving my E a little bit more of an entrance so it looked, I'm way off camera, so I could see where the letter started, and I think I like that. Squished that last one a little bit. We're going to end with X's now, so you get to play with how much of a tail you put on the end of your X. So let's try, and the dreaded F again, I know. Let's try flux, which I've just been practicing starting a word with F, so I have a leg up on this one. That feels very large. That's better. So like the end of my word exit, oops, way off screen. The end of my T here, my X is ending about the same way. Same thing with the Y from X-ray on the other page. I think my F was a little out of control here too. I don't like it to, my tendency was to try to make it the same height as the L, but I don't like that. I like it better a little bit smaller. Flux is a funny word. All right, last but not least, let's go to another R. We're gonna go with crux. Like, the crux of the matter with the X is, all right. Crux. Like a Horcrux. I think the little R, the bit of the R that goes above midline is causing me, like same thing with the F, to want to make my X go up a little higher, and I shouldn't be. Gotta resist that urge. Fill up the space. Jazzy, you scared me. Oh my gosh, gave me a heart attack. Keep going, I got one row to go. And yes, everybody was wondering where you were. Hi baby, can I just write 4 more words? Huh? Can I just write 4 more words? Come on, go look out the window for a minute, okay? Dude. I know you want lunch. Just let me finish, okay? We almost made it, everyone. We almost made it. Now you're gonna rub your face on the end of my pen. How am I supposed to write it when you're doing that? You goofball. He's purring. I'm sure the microphone's not picking it up. Come on, baby. Just let me. I'm almost done. Go over there. Go look out the window. He keeps headbutting me so I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, we made it. Yay! Let's zoom out so you can see him standing here. What's mommy doing? You gonna let me put these in my planner? Hmm? Okay. There we go. So let me get last year out again for comparison, and then we'll get some lunch, okay? I promise. So there you go. Just Jazzy's out of the way now, so I can zoom back in a little bit. So there you go. There is the two major different ways to do the X. So the frontwards and backwards C, or the more traditional crisscross method, for lack of a better term. So good luck figuring yours out. Try it both ways, at least a little bit, and just see, maybe you like this fancy different way of doing it. It certainly is eye-catching and different. And if you're not dyslexic, maybe it won't look like a frontward C stuck up against a backward C. Maybe it'll look like an X to you. Either way, I look forward to seeing your practice. Keep tagging me, keep helping me spread the word. The videos aren't going anywhere, so if you are behind, you have plenty of time to catch up. And keep working at it. It's going to be worth it when we get into all the fun, different ways to do capital letters. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.